We're here. And we're live. And Julie's COVID free.
But the house guests are not yet free.
How you all doing? Tonight. Did I not even tweet? I wrote up a tweet. I didn't make the tweet. All right, we're here for tonight's eviction. Yeah, I just completely forgot to do stocks again. Oh, it was a busy night tonight. Prediction. Commercial by 5:14. Who would I have bought? Probably Chelsea. Just quick rip. Might have gone Chelsea. Might have gone Cam. MJ is definitely a consideration. My concern about MJ is that there are some scenarios where I see her losing her position. Winter, thank you for the 7th. Jackie. Gifting, you know what it is. 10 subs.
10! 10! Hey, 10!
Thank you, Jackie. Okay. I get that it's record setting, but like you are kind of cheating. With AI Arena 3 noms, 2 vetoes this week. Orla, thank you for the 35th. 32 of them in a row. Marcus, thank you for the 55th. Jackie with 15, thank you. Ellie! 4 months, thank you. I'm gonna have to be selfish for the first time. Trashly, thank you for the 12th. Who knew Rubina and Jackson Mickey had something in common? So there's some interesting stuff here. T-Core has to reveal her relationship with Chelsea. Doesn't have to, but ends up revealing her relationship with Chelsea during Tucker's HOH week because she, in the event that Chelsea stays on the block, which doesn't end up even happening. But the fallout from revealing that is part of what puts the target on her this week and sends her home. Cyclone, thank you for the 9th. Come on, Leah. We all just want you to be a player. Like, I'm fine with the crying. In fact, I think that's like compelling. But the like, one of them has to go, and I'm not even gonna push in one direction. You should push in one direction. Look at my little draft team duo. These two, they're making me proud. Who could have guessed? She's still on the floor. Anything with 100. Witty with 100. Thank you. Nikki, thank you for the 13th. She's useless. Cosmic, thank you for the 100. And welcome. The whole show this week might as well be in a foreign language for the amount of subtitles you have to read. Bong Joon-ho. Bong Joon-ho would make a great movie about Big Brother. We are at 5:12, 30 seconds. Forty seconds. This is looking like a no to me. And it's a no. Big result. Noah, thank you for the second. Oh, we're definitely getting Cuddlegate. For the first time this season, it kicks off live. Does my mic sound off? All right, next prediction will be. Okay, how about this? Are there any flashbacks to pre-Janky in the next segment? So, in case this isn't self-explanatory, which I think it is mostly self-explanatory, are there any flashbacks in the next segment to a time that was pre-Janky? Meaning they're not outside in Janky World. The thing I'm particularly looking for is like any kind of history of Cam and Chelsea or history of Cam and MJ to back up anything that's happening or anything else. So Do we get any pre-janky flashbacks in the next segment? The main thing, obviously, would be like this fabled conversation between Chelsea and Cam, where like he indicated that he was actually interested in her. But I honestly doubt we're gonna get that because I don't know if it exists. Nancy, thank you for the 3 months in advance. I appreciate that confidence. We're back already. Jeez. Listen. Thank you for the 4th. I mean, who wouldn't? Like, let's just be real. You're cozying in that blanket. Cam's right there. You're not cuddling up a little. Portland, thank you for the 8th. I mean, it looks so cozy. Who's not doing that? Doesn't have to be anything. This is like when I'm doing my workout and there's another round of sets of things I really don't want to do, and I click on the thing and it shows me another round. I'm like, no, no, not again. Unmotivated. Thank you. The 5th. Okay, this is really going on for a long time here. I asked this last night. Genuinely, I want somebody to calculate how much time we have spent on this same exact segment over and over and over. Spots with our cots. Cramming his bed. What was that cutaway to Leah? Here's think of the second. Mackenzie. Oof. This is a blow to Chelsea's edit. Hopefully, we can get it resolved. Cam hasn't been your ride or die since the beginning of this game. What are you talking about? Cam is so funny in the diary room to me. Like, just the intonation, the way he phrases things is so funny to me. Or maybe it'll make her trust me less. I don't know. No flashbacks. Next segment. Hmm. There's no way we're going straight to vote. Did she say that? We haven't had any campaigning yet. They love their campaign segments. Do they start speeches in the next segment? Do they start their speeches in the next segment? If yes, I'm going to do a vote count prediction as soon as I see speeches. I'm talking like house speeches, like eviction speeches. Amy, thank you for the 13th. I think that edit was fine in terms of representing the gist of it. There's nothing like super obvious that I would have changed. And we're back. We're talking to him. Hmm. You know when like other shows have reality shows in them and it feels like way over the top? Regs, think of the sixth. And like not realistic and post-apocalyptic feeling. This feels like that. All right, they're doing speeches. All right, vote count. 5 votes. Vote count. Name of the person. This person voted out. Notice how much worse the speeches are without AI Arena there to like put some passion into them. That was so much explanation. That was kind of an awkward like look at each other. One for T-Core. 24% in on 0-5 Rubina. That's already busted. Ooh, I think it's T-Core. Oh, it's not. It's Rubina. Okay. So Chemo was told today that it was T-Core. Does not jump along with that vote. We'll see. Rubina is not the type to hold grudges, so it probably won't matter. That's assuming that nothing changed. Cam does T-Core. That's going to be enough. Does Chelsea make it 3-2? Of course not. Smarter play. Smarter play. So now the question is, did they tell T-Core while the feeds were down? Talented T-Core. So that's going to be 4-1, which was the highest percentage here. This is taking so long. Are we going to commercial? No, okay. She knew. She knew. Second she heard 4-1, she looked resigned. Honestly, this is another eviction to me that's like, it's a little bit like the oh, look at that. There's a buzzer. Like some kind of puzzle? Man, imagine going inside and seeing the comp that you are not going to participate in. Um It feels weird to see T-Core leave. She just felt like she was going to be here all season, you know? Like, what is she doing with Julie? What? That's not where T-Core's supposed to be. She's not somebody. It's just weird. She shouldn't be evicted yet. She had 2 shields. Born, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. 4-1 T-Core. Let's do goodbye messages. Do we see any goodbye messages for T-Core? Any goodbye messages for T-Core? Let me tell you, this episode is flying by in comparison to last night at the 3-hour block. Aaron, thank you for the 26th. Appreciate that. Esther with 40. Thank you. If this is actually a puzzle. Khalib, thank you for the 16th. If this is actually a puzzle, that's interesting because Angela likes puzzles. Molly, thank you for the 4th. So just a quick reset here. Angela winning is bad for Chelsea. She's likely targeting Chelsea. Chemo or Rubina winning, probably targeting Leah right now. Chelsea winning, targeting Leah. Cam and MJ probably targeting Chemo or Rubina with a potential of backdooring Leah. It's thank you for the 35th and Duck. Thank you for the 24. So obviously there are, you know, it's never completely locked in one way or the other, but like Cam and MJ should be the safest people right now. And I would say the house is fluid enough still that it, like, no move would surprise me at this point. So don't take any of that as locked in. Those are just, I think, the initial impulses. What they might be planning to do, but as soon as they get power, that could change. Especially with veto, because there's so few people left. If the main target wins the veto, who the secondary target is makes a huge difference. Again, like for instance, if Cam is targeting Chemo, but trying to keep Rubina feeling safe, Chemo wins the veto. All of a sudden, who does Cam actually target now is a question, right? Stuff like that. Similarly, Chemo did not want to put Angela on the block. DeJour, thank you for the 12th. Because she used the veto on him. So if he wins, who does he put on the block? Leah and MJ? You know? And then all of a sudden, uh-oh, right? Caledonia, thank you for the 18th. This is where I was a little bit worried if I had remembered to do anything with the stock watch about MJ just being on the block, and then what happens if Leah wins the veto on a Chemo HOH? Now who's going on the block? Is it Is it Cam or Chelsea? Is it Angela? Who's the target? Is it perhaps MJ? It might be, you know? Oh yeah, we should definitely be watching out for a double eviction announcement. Because if it's not this week, it has to be next week, or there's basically no double eviction. As in the announcement, not tonight. They never just say they were told. Calling her out like this. Okay. She cheated. Don't say it was a mistake. This is what I'm saying. She wanted him out. I'm telling you. Goodbye messages. That's an interesting goodbye message from Chelsea. She's magnetic, I'm telling you. Gets underway. All right, at this point, I mean, they keep saying start. I feel like this is a pretty obvious one, but you never know. Carol, thank you for the 16th. I just feel like they're just making it so clear we're not going to finish the comp. I don't know what prediction I can make other than do they finish the comp. Double eviction announcement. That's a good one. Would that be in the next segment, though? We might even have another. No. All right, that's the prediction. Is a double eviction announced? Yes or no? In this segment, is there a double eviction announced? My guess is that this is a long commercial and then we have one somewhat long segment left. So interesting goodbye message from Chelsea there. I think that this week is going to be huge for both Cam and MJ. Because Quinn left feeling like Cam and MJ made a huge mistake taking him out for Chelsea. This week, Chelsea has made it clear this was against my wishes. This is not what I wanted, which makes it clear to Quinn in the jury house that Cam and MJ flipped it on Chelsea, took control over Chelsea this week, which could significantly diminish Chelsea's odds of at least getting Quinn's vote. 50-50. Look at that. Now, I do expect that he's going to try to credit Leah for all of this. Leah must have flipped Cam and MJ. Look at Leah go. But in general, I think this is very good for them. And MJ in particular really took credit for the move. I had to do this. You were the bigger threat. So this is basically the opposite of what they did last week and really helps make up for it, I think. I do have MJ on my draft team, yeah. I have MJ, Cam, and Chemo. So I'm sure that it's going to look like Chemo's the target next week, and maybe that's finally the time I lose somebody. But every single week, it's been like, yep, one of my draft team is leaving. I am biased. Wait, because I said that this was good for MJ. Are you new here? Last week, I was deriding her for her decision and talking about how bad things were for her. I do think that Chemo is not the most likely target. I think that I mean there's 7 players, 6 people playing. I think 2 of them are targeting Chemo. 3 of them are targeting Leah. One of them is targeting Chelsea. So I guess in that order. We're back. Yeah, that was a sufficiently long commercial, so I think we've got one segment left. It doesn't really mean anything if you don't finish it. Like, why do you keep acting like this is a big deal? It's a stacking comp? We've already done one. Interesting. Oh, they lock in privately. That's interesting. Remind me who won this earlier in the season? Kenny. Do we know who was, if there was anyone competing that did well? We could quickly run back the episode and see. Given that they have an hour, I don't think that what we see here is going to mean anything. I think this is a good comp, though. I think this is a good comp. I think it's going to be interesting to watch. There's strategy to it for like when you buzz in. I think it could easily be very tense to watch it. And obviously it's equitable. There was another commercial? Now that's just rough. That's a no on the prediction, but we will run it back. You want to double down? Okay, let me what episode did they compete with the stacking comp? It would have been Kenny won in week 2. So it would have been episode, it was a double premiere. Something like episode 6 or something? No, that was HOH. It's episode 7. Stacking. Joseph. Chelsea competed in this. So Chelsea, Joseph, Brooklyn, Kenny. Lisa and Angela. All right, we're back. MJ doing well, Angela doing well, Chemo doing decently. Singbot. No. It's another 3-hour block. Oh. Why not just do the double in the 90-minute episode? Ollie, thank you for the 11th. That's a yes to the double eviction announcement. Six. I didn't have a chance to count. They have an hour. It's not a big deal if they haven't made progress yet. Like, Angela's making progress, but the question is, like, is it sustainable? Ash, thank you for the 30th. 14 in a row. Okay, I'm trying to get a sense of how Chelsea did in the previous stacking comp. JT, thank you for the 75th. That is some OG-ness. I feel like they didn't show Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea was at the bottom. Angela was at the bottom. MN!
10!
With 10 gifted subs!
10! Hey, 10!
Thank you for the generosity. Make sure you thank MN. Okay, so it was a very different kind of stacking, for what it's worth. But both Chelsea and Angela competed in that veto, and they were both at ground floor when Kenny won. So I'm trying to now get a sense of, like, if they ever had a good stack going or if they were like always stuck at ground floor. Nope, she was ground floor again. Angela was ground floor. Chelsea's ground floor. Yeah, I'm not seeing Chelsea ever getting it up from the first segment, nor is Angela. So they both did pretty poorly. Angel's already doing a lot better at this one, though. So I will say, I think that my strategy here is going to be, I'm going to try and take as much time. I'm not going for speed. I'm going for can I find the optimal stacking strategy that will fit the most amount of pieces. It's height, not pieces? I thought it was pieces. It's pieces. Okay. Because yes, you can just like stack, get a bunch of pieces on, lock in, and be like, I'm in there early. But I'm competing against 5 other people, and at least one of them is gonna not get unlucky and probably in the course of an hour find a better method than me. So I'm gonna spend the first maybe 10 minutes practicing different methods at the bottom to just get a sense of how they stack and what's gonna work. Then start building into like use the base that feels the best to me, start building into the mid area, experiment a little bit more with that in the next like 10 minutes, and then start really going for it, I think, from there. The only risk of spending too much time is that if you accidentally knock it over and then you run out of time before you can rebuild it, that would suck. But I'm honestly not that concerned about it being a tie and coming down to time as the tiebreaker. There's so many pieces involved. Like, what are the odds that we have the exact same amount of pieces, or if it's height, the exact same height? You know, I imagine it's pieces, but so even then, it's just like, what are the odds we come in at exactly the same amount of pieces? It's just, I'd rather go for methodical than speed when speed doesn't matter unless it's an exact tie. So I don't think what we saw so far is a good sense of who might win, but we'll see. I'll run a prediction. I can't guarantee that I will remember to resolve this prediction, but we'll do our best. Who wins HOH? Is it Angela? Is it MJ? Is it Chelsea? Is it Cam? Rubina? Or Chemo? There it is. That's what we got. Interesting eviction. Definitely a big HOH comp. Stay tuned for it all. Of course, be live tomorrow morning with an update on likely who wins the HOH, what their plans are. They'll be able to actually speak without noise interference. It'll be a good time. Then right after the update, there's going to be the Q&A. And then, we'll go from there. But in the meantime, I'm heading over to the podcast very soon. So come and hang out for the podcast. We'll have some fun over there. All right. Thank you all for hanging out. And I will see you all very soon on the podcast.